Hi guys, it's Dave here. Have you heard about the new Instagram stories? They've been rolling out over the past 24 to 48 hours, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you all of the new features and what to expect from Instagram stories, how to use it, what the features are, and how it differs from Snapchat, because a lot of people have been referring to it as a bit of a Snapchat clone, and I don't necessarily agree completely. So what I'm going to do right now is jump in live with the app. I'm going to show you all the features and talk you through them right now. Okay, so here I am in my phone, and as you can see, this is my Instagram account. So, what is Instagram stories, or what are Instagram stories? Well, they are essentially videos and photos and other images that you can take from your phone that only last for 24 hours and will be shown in chronological order to your audience. So here we are in Instagram on my account. Come and follow me, instagram.com/David Sargent, and it's also listed in this video down below or up above wherever you are watching this from. So here we are on the homepage of Instagram, and you'll see at the top here now on Instagram in the app, if you've used it before, there's this bar here at the top. And they come up with people that you follow, and that's essentially their stories. So if we click on mine, you'll see exactly what happens. Okay, so Instagram now has story modes, which are videos like Snapchat that disappear after 24 hours. Okay, so I'm going to just basically stop that there by swiping down on the screen, and this takes me straight back to the Instagram's homepage. So you get what I mean. So if you click on other people's stories, you can scroll through here. There's Sue B. Zimmerman. I'm going to come back to her in a minute because she's an absolutely awesome Instagram marketer. You click on her.
Do you remember? We were looking at seagulls.
That's her dog.
And now we get to look at them in the house.
Alright, so you get the idea, right? They are basically telling a story. So if I go over to my actual Instagram profile, you can see here that this is just my normal Instagram posts, right? So these are the images that I post. It's got like a nice caption in it. People can like it. They can share it with their friends. They can add a heart to it if they like it. Things like that, right? Excuse me. So they're different to that. So brands and businesses and authorities and people that want to market themselves, they can post content. Like we can post content on here, like this one, just showing where I work, what I'm up to, and things like that. But you don't always want to flood your timeline, which is why stories are really good, because they're temporary. They only show what you're doing right now. So if you're at an event, you're a party, or you're out for lunch, or you just want to share some insights about something, they're a really good way of just quickly posting an up to 10-second video clip or an image, which will delete in 24 hours time. Right, so now we know where to find the stories and we know what they are. I made some notes to make sure that I give you the best possible information as I can. So the next we want to learn or have a look at right now is how we actually create these stories. So what we do from the home page of Instagram right here, you see there's a little plus sign in the top left hand corner. Left-hand corner in the very top, you can see it. I click on that little plus and it takes me to my camera. Hey guys, so you can see me now on both. There's my laptop that I'm actually recording this on right now. So what I can quickly do is I'm going to take an image because a video might ruin the sound. So I'm going to take an image. There you go. Right, so there's me looking stupid. So what we can do now, once we've taken this image, is first and foremost we can add some filters. So if we just swipe left or right, we can add some really cool filters. As you can see, they change as we swipe. I really like this one, so I'm just going to go with this one. From here you can then do three things. Okay, the first thing being is that we can draw on the screen, and there's three different brush types. So what I did there is I clicked at the very top here, where you can see the little pen. I click on that, and then what you can essentially do, it's easier if I should do it this way around, isn't it? There's three different brush types. You can select all the different palettes of colours along the bottom. So if we select a nice green one, and then if we click on the bottom left here, we can actually choose how thick or thin we want the line to be. And then what we can do, we can essentially draw on the screen. So we can draw like a nice green heart like this. And then there's a different brush type. So there's a highlighter called a translucent highlighter. And again, you can choose the colour. There's some nice palettes, there's some earth tones, there's some black and whites, and there's just some primary colours. We can click on a blue one. Let's change the thickness, bring that down a little bit. And now we can draw like a blue heart in a highlighter, like so. Sorry, the connection between the Reflector 2 app and my MacBook isn't the best, so I'm trying to do this the best I can. I've noticed that might have dropped out a bit, so I'm just going to show you what the slider is here. As you can see, that's the thickness, and you see the dot changes size to show you how thick it's actually going to be, which is really, really cool. Okay, so now we've got the paintbrush, the highlighter. Now we can show you like the neon effect, and the neon effect, let's go into like a nice vibrant red colour, is basically when I draw on the screen, it puts a line with like a neon colour around it, which is really cool. So the line remains kind of white, and then you can just like, you know, change the colour of the neon glow, which is really cool. So once I've done that, I'm going to actually come out of that. Do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some text. So I click on done, and then I click on the letters in the top right hand corner for text. I'm just going to write my name, which is David Sargent, like so, and then I can add an emoji as well. So I'm going to do a little thumbs up. And then I'm going to click OK, like so. And now what I can do is I can drag the text around like so, and I can rotate it just by using my two fingers. Right, there you go. And that's that, essentially. Now, that's the two things you can do. The third thing you can do is actually download this to your camera roll. And in the bottom right hand corner, you can see there is a little down arrow. And if you click on that, it actually comes out of a little swirly thing, and it saved it to my camera roll, just like that. And then once we're done, we click on the tick on the bottom, and that adds it to our story. So once I click this tick, it should disappear, like that. That's added to my story now. So now when we head over to my story, that's just been added, so it's showing me the most recent one. Now normally what happens is, if you've never seen someone's story before, it will show it all in chronological order, so it will go from the oldest right the way through to the latest post over the last 24 hours. The reason why it showed me that one straight away without showing me the old ones first is because I've already watched my story back. Okay, so it remembers where you last watched, but you can watch it over and over again. So now if I click into it, it should actually show me it from the start. Now you'll notice around the other stories on the top here, there's actually the coloured Instagram border. Can you see that around the edges? There's like the pink and purple and yellow circle. That means that you've not actually seen it before. So as you see on my story there's not actually a border at all. But if I click into that now, okay, so Instagram now has story mode. What I'm going to do is tap the screen to skip through these different stories. But go over to my profile on Instagram and you'll be able to watch all these, by the way. So click it through, and as you can see, these are all stuff that I did earlier when I done a tour of my garden. There's one I took earlier when I was recording as well. And there you go. There is the image that we just created together, and then it takes me back to the Instagram homepage. So there we go, and now we're back to my profile again, and you can see that none of the images that I just put onto my story actually are on my profile, but you can do that, and I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, so here's a really cool trick. First of all, you can actually pause videos when you're watching them in any one story, including your own. So from my profile page that you can see here, I'm going to click on my profile picture in the top left hand corner. Okay, so Instagram now has story. And then when I click on the video, it actually pauses the video, which is really cool. And when I release my finger as well, it plays it again. Modes, which are videos like Snapchat that disappear. So that's really, really cool. You can also skip the story videos by simply clicking on the video or the image too, like this. Here after 24 hours. So my day, not that. Okay, so that now actually skips through. Now, if you swipe up on any video or image in the story, it takes you to a bit of an information screen about your individual posts. like so. And as you can see, you can scroll through each one, and what it actually does is it tells you some information. So for example, on this first one, it tells me that 8 people have watched it. It tells me exactly who's watched it, and you can block people from here as well, which is really good for privacy. But also you'll see on the top right hand corner there are 3 icons. One is a down arrow, one is an up arrow, and one is a trash can. Now the trash can obviously allows you to delete things. I'm going to show you right now how to delete something. So you scroll to the one you want to delete. I'm going to delete this one, which we done earlier, and I'm going to hit the trash can. And then it's going to ask me if I want to delete it, and I'm just going to simply click delete. And that's it, that's gone. You actually have to come out of your story and go back into it again, and you'll see it refreshed. So what I'm also going to do from here is I'm going to create an Instagram post from some of the content that I've already shared on my story. Now remember, they will all delete in 24 hours unless you've downloaded them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find a cool video that I recorded earlier. So this one is from like some chimes that I've got in the garden. I'm going to click on the download arrow, as you can see, it's that, and that's now going to save it to my my camera roll on my phone. And now what's going to happen is I'll be able to re-upload that as a post, or what I can do is I can choose this little icon in the middle with the up arrow, like so, and it allows me to actually create an Instagram post directly from inside that timeline editor, I suppose you can call it, within the stories, which is really, really cool. So now I'm in a standard Instagram post editor directly from the story timeline screen. So it allows me to crop it if I want to. I can preview it by pressing play. As you can see, this is what I recorded earlier. And then when you're ready, just click next, and then it takes you to the full feature, full filters that you normally get with a normal Instagram post. So let's just assume that I'm happy with that. I click next, I can write my caption, and then I can just post it to my timeline just like that, and that's gone, and it keeps me still in the story timeline editor. So let's now talk about how we put a post that's on our camera roll actually into our story. Now, a few things to remember. You can only post stuff on Instagram stories that is less than 24 hours old. Okay, so there obviously are ways around this. If you want to share a photo that you took last year while on holiday, then you could literally screen grab it by pressing the power button and the home button, and then that's essentially created that old image in the last 24 hours. Then you can share it. So I'm going to show you how to do that quickly. So when you go into go to the home screen and you click on the plus sign to create a new story entry, like so, you can literally swipe down like so, and then it shows you your camera gallery, and then you can just literally select an old image. So I can select this one, for example, and then I can go straight back through again, and I can I can edit it again. I can add text, add emojis and stuff like that, and then click the tick button when I'm ready to add it to my Instagram timeline. People have said that, well, Instagram have just ripped off Snapchat. Now I was going to quickly give you a few points as to why Instagram stories are different from the Snapchat story. Okay, so the stories are still the same. So let's look at what the similarities. The stories are still the same format. They delete and expire after 24 hours, and the videos can only be a maximum of 10 seconds. Everything that obviously you post disappears after a day. You can shoot full screen in the app and upload things from the last 24 hours from your camera roll, which is what I've just showed you, and that can be done in Snapchat as well. They just call it Snapchat Memories, which is actually quite a new feature. You can add drawings and text, emojis, things like that. You can do all these things in Snapchat, and also your followers can voluntarily tap into your story, so they're not compulsory, which is obviously what Instagram and Snapchat both do. They're not forced upon your followers to watch it, but they are really cool, actually. I love doing them. People can swipe up to reply. That's another thing. If you swipe up on a story, you can type to chat, basically, to reply to them stories, and you can also view who's seen your story. So they're quite similar, and I think even the Instagram director, escapes me now the name of the guy, but I think he even said that Snapchat is cool. They've got it right, and we don't mind admitting that we're similar to them because Snapchat is so great. And you can kind of say, well, he's being very flattering towards Snapchat, but he still essentially copied it. But there are some differences between the two. The main differences are that Instagram stories appear in a row at the top of the main feed, which is what I've showed you, and in Snapchat you actually have to swipe to a completely different screen to view the stories. Anyone you allow to follow you on Instagram can actually see your Instagram stories. You can also block people as opposed to building a separate network entirely over on Snapchat. You don't have to be following someone to view their Instagram stories, which can be viewed from their profile as long as obviously they're set to public. So mine is set to public, so come on over and check it out. You can swipe right or tap the stories icon top left to open the stories. On Snapchat, when you open the app, it goes straight into the camera, boom, straight there. Whereas with Instagram, you can go into it, you can view the normal Instagram feed, and then you can choose to post to a story by clicking on that little plus icon that I showed you in the top left hand side on the app screen. You can hold the screen to pause the videos, which you can't do on Snapchat. And you can't add old content to Instagram stories unless you re-import it from a screenshot. Remember I told you if you're on holiday last year and you wanted to share a picture, you can't because it's not 24 hours old, but what you can essentially do is get the picture up on your phone, take a screen capture of it, and then you've got a brand new photo which Instagram will allow you to share. Obviously we've got the 3 different brush types. We've got the paintbrush, the translucent highlighter, and then you've got the neon lines, or whatever you want to call them. Snapchat just don't offer that. And obviously you've got the colour palette that you can scroll across the bottom. You've got the earth tones, the black and whites, and the colours, whereas Snapchat only have kind of like the prime colours, which can be a bit clunky I think at times as well. Instagram doesn't have location filters, so if you're a Snapchat user, you'll know what I mean, that when you're in a certain location, when you're swiping left and right to add on different camera filters that look really nice, some of them come up and you've got locations. So if I was in Manhattan, for example, you can have like a Manhattan banner come up to show where you are. You've also got them really cool lenses where you press and hold your face and you put masks on and things like that. They don't have that in Instagram yet. I'm not sure if they're going to have that or not. I mean, I'm not particularly fussed by that. I prefer how kind of easy and intuitive it is. Just get on there, share a 10-second video or an image, and you're done, and add like a nice filter. That's enough for me. So they're the main differences between Instagram and Snapchat. My opinion is absolutely love Instagram stories because I've already got a platform built on there, around 500 followers. I just like it. I prefer it. Snapchat for me, while I've got to use it, I was a bit of a late adopter to it. I just think Instagram's a little bit easier to use, and it just feels a little bit more grown up. And I don't want people to be offended that use Snapchat because I love Snapchat, but I'm just saying I think Instagram just feels like a little bit more grown up than Snapchat. It's got a perception that it's just for kids when it isn't. I just think a lot more people will use Instagram stories than Snapchat because they've already got the platforms and because it just feels a little bit more sensible. Right guys, that is everything that I want to mention about the app. I hope that you found value on that. But just before I go, there is one thing I want to share with you. First and foremost, come over and follow me on Instagram. I'll follow you back. Let's get to know each other by watching each other's stories. It's just a bit of fun. It allows us to stay in touch, see what people are up to in different cultures, different worlds, different time zones, different industries. And if you want to learn all about sales funnel marketing and just get to know me a little bit more and business marketing coaching, come on over and follow me at David Sargent on Instagram. I've put the link in this video, wherever it is, whatever platform you're watching this on right now. Just click on it, follow me, and I'll follow you back. Let's just go and have some fun with it, shall we? Secondly, if you want to follow a proper Instagram marketing expert who's an absolute guru at Instagram marketing, someone who I admire greatly and I think is a wonderful person and is also wonderful at what they do, I want you to go over and follow this person. She is called Sue B. Zimmerman, and you can see here is her profile. She is billed as the Instagram expert. She's absolutely fantastic at what she does, and she's also using Insta Stories as well, as you can see here.
Mr. Cody.
I'm going to just pause that right there so I can finish talking, but go and check her out. As you can see,
It's a new day.
She is Sue B. Zimmerman on Instagram, and she's got 38,200 followers, 2,071 posts. I've got no reason to promote Sue whatsoever. I just think she's genuinely great at what she does, and I think you should go over there and check her out. She does some great Snapchats. She does now she does some great Insta stories, and also she can sort you out on how you should be using Instagram marketing to market your business. Okay, no problems promoting Sue whatsoever. Obviously, come like my page over on Facebook, which the links are up there too. Come and join the Funnel Leader Academy Facebook group, which is all about sales funnel marketing and how to promote your business online properly. I'm not an internet marketer, I'm a coach, and I've also got a coaching group over there as well, where I make sure that you're accountable and you actually hit your marketing goals on a regular basis. But if you want proper Instagram expertise, advice, and how to promote yourself on that, then you should definitely check out Sue's Instagram profile as a starting point. That's it. It's been a bit of a long video. If you've stayed to the end, I thank you so much. Check out all the links up there, down there, over there, wherever they are. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on my Instagram stories. Bye for now.